Hello everyone, Dante here. We are back with yet another Dirt Rally 2.0 video. And we're going to be, of course, doing some more Rallycross. Rallycross is, I'm finding to be my bread and butter. So you will likely see quite a bit of that on this channel here, along with other racing content and real-world racing, as you can see in my first ever video. So what's going to really be important here is just kind of quickly looking at the circuit map in the bottom of the screen there, and just thinking and mentally picturing where you start. So start line, you take a left side hairpin, and then you go into a small straightaway, and then you have a kink that goes left, and then you have a long sweeping right-hander. You have a small left-hand kink as well into another straightaway, and then afterwards you have a right-hander, and then a choice of hairpin or the compound corner that is the joker. So, and then after that, you have a long left-hand sweeper, goes into a major straightaway, as well as a second, even longer sweeping corner, a right-hander, left-hander, right-hander, and then a hairpin to start the next lap. So we're going to start with practice. And we're going to have a nice hairpin here coming up here. So this is where we would have our lap start. Goes here, and then a right-hander. Then we have a jump here. Be on the right? Nope, a little more on the left. Okay, noted. So on this jump, you want to be on the left. And the joker lap would be here. This is the hairpin here, so around the sweeper, we have a straightaway, and then we're going to have another left-hand sweeper. Okay, for my first time doing that, that was actually a really good line through that corner. Okay, so now I have a reference point to work with on that corner. Let's work our way left, and this should be the front straightaway, right? Yep. So this starts the next lap. A little wide here. Okay, so this is a more narrow corner. Okay. You want to be on the left here. Let's take the joker. So you want to find a line for the joker there in that position, so that's okay. Here, we're gonna have our left-hand corner here. A tight section here. Really work the rotation. Try to carry a little bit better speed through here, so we'll make a note there. And then we have the final hairpin. Okay. And flat through here. Stay left, driver's left. That was actually pretty good. I handled that really well. Stay flat all the way through here. Now heavy corner. Really slow that speed down, scruff it. Okay. 47.8 is my benchmark time. See if I can beat it. A little sketchy there. Nice. Good sequencing. I'll have to find a line that works through there. Oh, 48. Yeah, I could have done better. Yeah. Okay, so we're on the far outside line here, so this lane is going to be a little bit tricky. The reason is it's a left-hand hairpin. Everyone is going to start pushing to the right. And what's going to happen is the cars during the corner are going to kind of push right into a spot that's a bit trickier. Okay. Let's get it settled in here. Contact there, I need to be more careful. Let's take the Joker. Not sure if that's track limits there in a real world setting. We've taken our Joker, so now we have clean track ahead of us. So let's start closing the gap. Nice. Alright, now I've confirmed third position, and I've clean track all around me. This is exactly what you want. It's pretty slow through there. Very narrow entry, that's slow. I gotta be better than that. Okay. Lost my pace there, that's pretty rough lap. It was clean. The contact there, have to be careful on the right. I do need to find a line, so that particular sequence there is really hard for me. Alright. We gotta do some insane catching. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty rough. PT on the line. 324, 4, 8, 9 is our first proper session. So, a couple takeaways. Sector 3 is going to be the hardest one for me. That's really where I struggle the most. So, fast drivers are doing around 2 seconds a lot faster than me. So that's where I know that I'm capable of doing 46s. So that tells me I need, yeah, so top 10. Not ideal, but definitely like, it's a benchmark. It's a benchmark, we can build from that. Let's go right into the next qualifier, and then we can start talking advice on things that you could do to help you get up to speed more efficiently. You're on the far outside. It's likely the cars are going to wash out to the outside during the corner. So try to get a good exit. A bit of bump drafting. A lot of bumpy archy-barchy here. Steal that inside. Alright. Green track ahead of us. We got some work to do. Good contact there. That's a tricky section for me. That was better. I don't know if that was fast, though. We'll take the Joker. Block pass, go. Main focus is progress. I upped the difficulty a little bit, so this will be a little bit more challenging. Alright, that's better than the 24 that we got in the last session, so we're moving in the right direction. Okay, so we are setting up for the third session here. We are from the left, second over, so one of the most tricky positions. First is going to get a really healthy lead after that. Okay. Good pace so far. Okay, so don't use the e-brake like that there. That's a note there for me to think about. Lost about 2.5 tenths there just from that. Lost time on exit there. A little sketchy. Not ideal. Yeah, it's 2.5 seconds. It's gonna be rough. Another 21. I mean, second place, so it's good for points, but that's, that was pretty rough. Okay, so we are on the far inside line, so we need to get a good start. Okay, pretty dirty, but you know what? This kind of thing can happen in real life. So let's work our way through it. And just went straight into the back of that guy. Guy was super slow. It's not anticipating that, especially coming through the corner there. Okay, so they're carrying better speed on exit there. I need to work on that. Go. Okay, well, we got one position. It's already a good start considering it's a freaking mayhem that start was, considering I just got spun out by somebody. I kind of just didn't think I existed, which sometimes AI and racing games will do that. 46.7. Good lap. 6.7. Okay. There's definitely some stuff in the setup that I think I would like to do, though. I'd like a bit more rear positivity. The car definitely understeers. Yeah, I was really slow because of that start. I lost several seconds. It's a really rough start, but we didn't give it up. Very bottom of the rung. We're quite far back, but that gives us an opportunity to get a clean start and also potentially make positions off of turn 1. So what's going to be really, really important is getting... There we go. Get a setup. Just scraped by, quite literally, but we're here. So we are P6 in our setup here, so very far back right. So what that means is that we actually have the opportunity to gain positions off the start. It's not as good as being up front, but we could work something here. Pretty rough last session, getting spun out. A lot of RG Bargy. Don't know what happened to that guy. That dude really slowed down. Damn, bro. Like, he just fully parked it. I was like, you can't slow down fast enough for that. Okay. This is scrappy. I could definitely do a better job my racing line, though. My racing line is not ideal. It's gonna take the inside. That was super bad. A lot of close scraps for position. Okay. So far, okay. Lost a lot of time in all those battles, though. Ooh, that was dangerous. Okay, so a little bit of throttle mixing there actually made that right-hand sweeper a little bit more manageable. Can make a mental note there. Setup-wise, car actually does feel better. I'll pull it out for a couple more laps. The gap is consistent after that, so that's good. Good. That was actually not bad. Okay, I'm starting to improve a little bit there. Finding some techniques as well, doing throttle mixing. Gotta get to the last few corners. Woo! Nicely done. Just scraped through third. Out of all the tracks I've driven so far, this is the hardest track. This is a brutally tricky track, and I'm loving it. I am loving this challenge. Sub 5 minute. Okay. Deep breath. We got this. It's always important to remember to breathe. Sometimes you get yourself kind of like holding your breath for too long. You lose focus. Oh, dude, what a pass. And you slowed down a lot more than I thought you would. That's my bad. Probably will get penalized for that, I assume. Or should. Wasn't anticipating that much of a slowdown. The throttle mixing technique is actually working really well. In the comment section, actually, I'll give a brief explanation of how that technique works. Parked that apex, that was way too slow there. So they're taking the Joker. I need to really make sure that I have a good next lap here. Let's carry some speed through there. Nice. Nicely done. .46.3. That's my fastest lap this whole weekend. Have a bit better and more confident throttle mixing. Okay. Good exit. We'll take the choker on the final lap. That was very clean. Nice, dude. Let's go. Very good position right now. Right, let's bring it home. Got like a 5-second gap to last split, or to third rather. All right. That's definitely sub 5 minutes for sure. Maybe 57. Oh, 56.5, but the fastest guy did a 47. It actually does not let us. Wow. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I wish this game's replay system allowed you to look at the other cars, because you can get good information about learning. I was going to actually use this as a learning tool for that, but unfortunately this game does not have that option. Unless, well, there maybe is, and I'm just not seeing the option for it, but we'll go ahead and continue. And I'm very proud of how we finished. That's a good way for us to end this particular video. Now, if you would like to see some of the other tracks that I've not driven Lete. I have not driven, let's see here, Hulhes. That's the only other track I've not driven yet. So, or Huljes. I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully, if somebody here that is either Swedish or of Nordic origin, please tell me if you happen to know how this is pronounced. I believe it's Hulhes or Huljes, but I am probably butchering it. Please correct me. I'm happy to be corrected on the pronunciation. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you have anything you'd like to ask about, or if you're curious about, or if you have any questions that are burning on your mind about racing and want to improve, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to help you. Thank you for watching. Dante out.